In this part, we are going to talk about the object-oriented programming. And first, we are going to talk about the class. A class is a blueprint or a prototype that defines the variable and methods to all the objects of a certain kind. For example, we create a class which is renamed as dot, and we do not add anything inside it first, so we just add the path. And then we create the dot 1 is equal to dot, and then we can check the type, and we can see this is a dot object. And now actually we have also experienced how to use the list. And if you remember, if you have the list one, and then when you are typing the list one dot and press tab, you can see we have many different methods. So after we create an object, we will also add different properties and methods, and we can also access the properties by using dot. So we go to the class dot, and we have to use the init to start creating the object. So we define the init, and then we pass the self and also the name. So we have to pass the name for the dot every time we create a new dot. And then we use the self. Self is pointing this object, the current object. So self.name is equal to name. So we will pass this name here, and then the dot name properties will be equal to the name that you pass. So for example, we can create the dot. So if we forgot to put the name here, it will have the type error and set that is missing one required positional argument, name. So we have to pass the name. For example, we pass the name as Lucky, and then we can access the properties name. So for example, if you type dot and then press tab, now because you just have one properties, so it will immediately pop up the name here, and now you can get the Lucky because its name is Lucky. And this part is we want to show you that actually this is just a conventional way to make these two have the same name or the same name. So actually we can use different name for naming the variable. And for example, if you pass the y here, and because we want to assign the properties is equal to the value that you pass, so these two you need to use the same name, and then you can use name too. So for example, we can still create a dot object by using this. If you pass the y is equal to Teddy, we can also access the dot to dot name too. We can still create the dot to where its name is Teddy. And now we are going to add more properties to this object. So we have the self.name is equal to name, and self.stand is equal to stand. So this is for checking whether the dot can stand or not. So for example, if we pass create a dot 3 is equal to dot, and then the name is Jasper, and then we set the stand is equal to true, then we can see it will have two properties that you can choose. One is name, the other is stand. So the first one is we want to choose the name, and which is Jasper, and then we use .3.stand, then it will get the value true.